Welcome to Dare a New Belief, a place to discover what is possible for your life after the loss of a loved one, and where you will find inspiration, insight, support, and love, and hopefully a bit of laughter to help you through your day. Now, here's your host, Nada Hogan.
Welcome to Dare a New Belief, where you will find light and life, love and joy, healing, faith, and hope. A place where you get to believe in what is possible for your life. Today, I have the great honor to welcome back Antonia Van Becker. If you didn't hear part one, please go back and listen to part one because we cover all kinds of information that is so useful to you. And we're going to do a recap on that and then move a little bit farther down the road. But just so you know who Antonia is and what she does, Antonia and her husband, Greg Lee, are the creators of the Success Accelerator code, which empowers clients by turning problems that block their success into golden opportunities so they can realize their dreams. For 25 years, they've been using their signature CoreTalk therapy to guide conscious entrepreneurs and business owners towards successful outcomes by asking simple questions and getting life-changing answers. They love helping clients get past overwhelm, procrastination, self-doubt, and chronic health issues so they can have the business and impact they so deeply desire. Together since 1979, their 40-year relationship imbues their healing practice with love, body-mind consciousness, and emotional, energetic balance and awareness. They live their dream in the wilds of Marin, California, healing others, growing food, and writing songs to inspire others to envision and realize their dreams. Antonia, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here with me again.
Oh, thank you. I'm so overjoyed to be here. Thank you.
Well, it's fabulous. I mean, you're just a fabulous guest, and I love this information. So when we left off last time, we were talking about CoreTalk, and this is a signature therapy that you and your husband do. I'm assuming you do this together, and you teach this together. Do the therapy with clients together. Am I correct? Okay, awesome.
Yep.
So can you just quickly do like a short synapse of what CoreTalk is?
Yes, ma'am.
You're like, what are you serious?
I'm ready. Yeah. So this is like our favorite thing in the world to do because we get to talk to bodies and we get to help people learn to talk to their own bodies. So CoreTalk is really about connecting to what your body is trying to tell you, and it's always trying to tell us things all the time. So we use muscle testing, and we connect into your body and ask yes and no questions about whatever topic that you are, say, having an issue with. So when Greg and I work together, we muscle test each other. When we teach people how to do it, we teach people how to use a pendulum to get yes and no questions. And then we just go ahead, we ask some basic questions to make sure the person is there and the current age and everything. And then we go ahead and move on to see what is bothering them, if it's a physiological issue, or if there's something that is an emotion from a trauma that's holding them back, or, it's often an emotionally based thing, or even a belief. And that's why I just wanted to say I love your podcast name, Dare a New Belief, because those beliefs are so important, right? And we really need to have beliefs that serve us. And one of the ways that we use CoreTalk is to find all those beliefs that don't serve us and decode them from our consciousness.
Yeah, right. Yes, because beliefs are everything. If we believe it to be true, no matter how disempowering it is, we will live our lives and in accordance to that. And that's how we will structure our days, our business, our relationships, our family life, all of it. So it's so, yeah, it's just incredible. And as you're talking about this, I'm wondering if I was a listener and I didn't know anything about this, and I thought, seriously, I have to listen to my body. What does that mean? I've never heard that before. And what popped into my head is because I do acupuncture. I was working with a client and I was asking him to close his eyes. He had something going on with the shoulder. And I asked him to close his eyes and just to imagine the other arm moving. So he was doing, shoulder rotations. And just imagine what it would feel like without actually moving his arm. And he said, what? It was the first time I had ever experienced that there was no connection between the brain and the body at all. I mean, he had it would have been easier for me to hand him something in Greek and say, read this to me and explain what it means, because he didn't get it. And I was just blown away. And I have a feeling I probably would like that too until I learned the things that I learned. So what the body stores, I mean, it's the answers. It's you roll out the red carpet to the rest of your life when you can release these things that get stuck and belief systems that get stuck inside of the body.
Yeah, it's so amazing. And even people that, it's just, it's so amazing the wide variety of how people live, and there's no right or wrong or advanced or higher level or anything, because so many people live from the neck up, right? And they use their brain and they have these enormous intellects and they do amazing things in the world. And that's very important. And then other people are very connected with their bodies, and they know when they eat something that doesn't work for them, or if something doesn't feel right or a person doesn't feel right, and it to them, and so they know that that's not a person they want to connect with. And it's just so lovely to have this variety of people around us to help us raise awareness about, look, I'm more this way. I can feel what my body is saying. Or for me, like, I'm very intuitive, and so I can see things that maybe haven't happened yet or that are going to happen. And yet there's a lot of ways that I don't think. And when someone else thinks in that way, I'm like, wow, that is so interesting. How would it feel if I thought that way? And if I didn't, maybe if I didn't feel the connection between, each side of my body, and how much influence then, and if I felt what he was feeling and maybe didn't feel the other side, then how can that deepen my own understanding of, look, now I'm feeling that connection between the two sides. And look, that left side can actually teach the right side how to do it in perfect alignment. Mm-hmm. And so it's just so cool to be able to, meet people where they are and come at it with love and be able to understand everyone's different and unique gifts and see that and help them bring that to the world. And that's what we get when we talk to bodies, because so many bodies are different and they have so many experiences, good and bad, and they want to talk about it and they want to get further and they want to do their mission in life. And that's what's the coolest thing about it.
Right. Yes, absolutely. And I love how you say that, because it is very obvious that you've always come from this place of love and understanding and meeting the people where they are and not with any type of judgment. It's right. We're all here just walking one another home. And I absolutely love how you show up to that work.
I love how you said that. That's really a beautiful we're just here walking each other home. I just would love that to spread.
Yes.
Let's
Well,
all walk each other home everywhere.
right. Exactly. And I have to, I stole that from Ram Dass. I heard him say that, and I thought that is absolutely the, it, because it's what we're doing. It really is what we're doing. And what a loving, peaceful, kind, and generous world it is when we know that. Because I really do believe that at the core we're all love, and we have kindness galore. It's just these facades and masks and things that these protective personalities that we put on to, for where it's seen. And that's exactly why your work is so powerful. Because when people can hear their body and heal that belief, whatever that happens to be, that, maybe the world is cruel. I do believe that the world is mean and cruel, and I always have to protect myself. And when we can remove whatever that limiting belief is, how they can enter the world as a completely different person. And then it spreads. It's that little pebble that hits the water. It's the ripple effect, and everything is affected from that one little change that people make in their life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It reminds me actually, and Ram Dass, what an amazing spirit. And it really connected also to like the Irish blessings, are always about walking home and the wind at your back. And that's the same, with a friend by your side is so important.
Right. Absolutely.
Lovely.
Yes, completely.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to ask you, I know we've talked a lot about business and entrepreneurs, but I'm assuming with your work in the CoreTalk and the courses that you teach, this is for anybody, correct? It's not just for business.
It is.
Yes. Okay.
That's right. It's anybody with a body.
Yes. Awesome. Okay, so can you share with me and the listeners why it is so important to get clear on your vision and goals?
Yeah. I've had the great fortune of having help looking at goals, and really, and this is kind of the starting point with our Success Accelerator code program, is letting yourself dream and really, really letting yourself have your biggest vision, the thing that makes you the most happy, and gives you that juice, that fire, that passion, right? And that when you connect to that vision and can create goals from that, that's where your motivation is from. That's your juice, your happiness, your edge. And that's where your real passion comes in and can help give you that motivation, even when times are more difficult than you wish. So when you're connected to that beautiful goal and you spend some time, what is that goal? And what if I took it another 3 steps? What if I took that goal to just the edge of my comfort zone where it's like, oh, I really want that, but I don't know if I can do it, but I really want it. And what if it was okay that was your vision and that was what you were reaching for, and you made your goals according to that? Then you can have that energy that comes up all through your body, all through every part of your being, to help you get there, to motivate you, and to blast out any of this stuff that gets in your way, because you know that as soon as you start going for your goals, stuff comes up, right? Have you had that happen with you? That the minute you do something bigger that's a little harder, then all this stuff comes up, right?
Yes. With a big exclamation point. Yes.
Right. And when those things come up, sometimes we need superpowers to help us be like, okay, I know this is coming up because I'm making a big step, but here I need to draw from my love of that vision and my passion of that vision to help me just be like, okay, I'm blowing this away. I'm stepping forward. I'm going to do whatever it takes so that I can get to that next step. And that's where it's so important to know what that vision is and know where your heart and your body is with that vision so that it can help you move forward even when things are a little difficult.
Right, right. Yes, I love it. It reminds me of Napoleon Hill. I believe it's Napoleon Hill who talks about having that burning desire. Because when you
Yeah.
don't have that burning desire, every little obstacle that gets in the way, it's so easy to just quit. But when it's
Yeah.
just so in the core of you, like, oh, it just brings me so much life thinking about this. And we feel so expanded when we're thinking about that, that it's just like, yep, I have that motivation to keep moving forward and to find the solution to whatever problem or obstacle is in my way. And usually that problem or obstacle usually ends up lending a hand, being a benefit to the thing that we're wanting instead of thwarting us if we can change our thinking around that. So wonderful. I love that. I love that you guys teach this. That's phenomenal. Now, is that the year-long program where you're teaching this?
Uh,
The Accelerator
well,
Code?
the Success Accelerator Code is actually a 5-week online course. So, so we're actually starting one soon, and then we'll be doing it more often this year. So we're very excited about it, and it's kind of a deep dive, a quick deep dive. Really, we're able to get in there and get people to access what the deepest desires that they have, and then be able to show them really quick ways of clearing stuff out and just moving that energy through so that they can just keep moving on towards their goals and having the success they desire.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. How long have you guys been doing this program, the Success Accelerator Code?
Well, actually, this is our new program.
Oh, okay.
And we're really excited about it. Yeah, we're actually doing our pilot. We're launching in just the end of March 2020. And we're going to be continuing to, up-level it and get a lot of wonderful input. We have some incredible partners working with us on it. And, just moving forward. In the past, we've had a program called the Ultimate Self-Healing System, and that was a 7-week program, right? And it a little more body-based, and that both of these feed into our year-long program where we really just keep helping people to do the deep dive and get those questions answered and clear out chronic disease in their body as well.
Right. Right. And it's one of the things that I've discovered from being a student of other teachers and from being a teacher or a coach with other clients, that, 5 weeks is great and 7 weeks is great. And sometimes people get it and they're off and running. But I know for me, it's like year after year after year after, because I got a whole bunch of stuff that needs to be worked on and cleared out and reprocessed. And it seems to me that the people that stay in the study and stay in that training and are doing the year-long process, that their results are they're skyrocketed because you're in it all the time. It's because I think when I have a 5-week, and I'm not saying anything bad about your course at all, but I know for myself that I've done 5 weeks, 6 weeks, half a year, and it's like, and I keep thinking, in this much time I'm going to be done. But in a year, it feels like this is my life. I'm taking this on. This is something that's so important to me because I want my life to change. I want it to be so much better. And many times Right. Just start off with little bite-sized pieces, and then it's just like, oh, I need the deep dive. Let me get in because I got a taste of this, and I'm not letting go now. I need to know everything. Teach me everything you got.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, we are all so busy, and we, sometimes it takes okay, well, let me dip in and see if this works for me, and if it does, great, then I'm all in, and so that it's like an introduction, but it has the whole processes. And so I'm with you. The people that have been in our year-long program have had just amazing results and job changes and more salary and much higher life satisfaction, love satisfaction, straightening out their relationships and, really going in a direction that's better for them in their work. I mean, it's really, and you're absolutely right. You get a taste and you get the processes and really start integrating. But that's why we also have live events so people can come and, come for the weekend and be like, oh, here's real integration at moment by moment, 3 days of integration of this, so that they can really feel it. And with almost all of our programs, we offer a free healing session with them so that people can have an immediate healing relief, immediate transformation to some of their issues that are holding them back so that they can really jumpstart their process. So it's a cool thing, but I agree with you, our year-long is just, people have had a great time, and it's really fun and so interesting, the transformation that people see.
Oh, man, absolutely. Absolutely. And when it's fun, it just makes it that much more fun to be there and doing it because it's fun. And we crave that. We crave that fun. Oh,
yeah.
And I just cannot even believe that we are running out of time again. I'm telling you, there's somebody speeding up my clock. Oh my goodness. Because we've covered a lot of stuff. And so you may need to go back and listen to it a couple of times to really get all of this information because there's a lot of great stuff in here. And I'm just wondering, as we're wrapping all of this up, 2 things. One, do you have any parting words for the listeners?
We talked about this a little bit in the first part. And what I always aim for in every moment is to be here now.
Yeah.
Just be right here, be present to the moment, not in the past, not in the future, right here, right now, and let yourself come from that space. So there you go.
I love it because that's where the majority of people do not spend their time. And it is the only thing that we have is this moment. We don't have the future and the past, it's gone. So yes, it's powerful. And it's one of those simple things that is so powerful. So practice that. Just be in this moment now, especially if you're in a trying moment. Antonia spoke deeply about this in part 1, and it's profound. It's profound how your life changes from that. So, Antonia, I know that you have a gift for the community. Can you share that with us?
Yes, ma'am. It's called The Switch, Peak Productivity on Demand. And it's a very easy, quick 3-step process that'll help you move out of procrastination or stress or overwhelm and be able to quickly get back to that important work that you're doing. So it's just an easy process that'll take you from, upset to moving forward. And you guys have that download And you can also find it at our website, which is Self Health Institute and / the switch.
The switch. Awesome. And that information will be available on the website. So it will all be typed out. There will be a link to it. So don't worry at all if you missed that. You'll be able to download it. And I know that I'm downloading it right away. So thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Thank you for offering that. It's so generous of you. And I'm so grateful for that. Thank you so much. And I know that the listeners will benefit greatly from that, as well as part 1 and part 2 on this beautiful podcast with you. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, Antonia. Thank you for your time, for your wisdom, for sharing, and being here with us and doing the beautiful work that you do and changing the world one body talk at a time. I love it.
Thank you so much for having me. What a joy and what a pleasure to be in conversation with you on your beautiful podcast.
Oh, well, I am so touched. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wonderful. I'm grateful, and thank you so very much for being here. And I know I'm the worst wrapper-upper in the world, so it's like 2-minute goodbyes. So thank you, and I will be in touch with you, Antonia, and listeners, all of Antonia's information on the show notes, and that will also be at the website. So don't worry if you missed any of that. And be sure that you do download the switch, because I'm excited to see what that's all about. So until next week, listeners, thank you so very much for being here. And Antonia, thank you again for being here. And much love to all.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Thank you for spending time with us today. Please go to nadahogan.com for show notes and other information you can use right away. If you like what you heard here, please subscribe to our show, and don't forget to rate and review right there on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you get your shows. And don't forget to tell your friends about it. We'll see you next week.